All right. Hello, no hello. Let me let people know on Twitter that I'm live. Ah. Okay. Okay. Stream Elements bot always got me. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's this orc VTuber, Lasgar Lockman. She's I think it's either orc or half orc blacksmith VTuber. Um, and she has this great art and these great reaction images that are just amazing. That was not the button I wanted. Hey Nabiru, how are you doing? Just getting started. When you said blacksmith, I thought Kayla Kowalska, who's definitely not a penguin. Yes, she's definitely not a penguin. Definitely not a penguin. Kowalska, analysis. Just saw a meme that said if you think pronouns are confusing, wait until you find out about verbs. So I saw I saw something on Twitter that I wanted to check before I move forward, but now it's gone. You ever just lose something to Twitter? You just lose something to the algorithm, you accidentally press refresh and then it's just gone. Thought one of my friends posted something about by the way, I know you like mecha, so I shared a few mech pics in your Discord from a magazine that's a what if anime. Yes, I saw that. There we go. Okay. I thought my friend had posted something about publishing, but no. Alright, let's... Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. So tonight's gonna be a pretty slow night. We might do a short stream. We might not do the full 3 hours tonight. Let me turn down the volume a little bit. Just doing kind of a chill, just chatting kind of stream. So I had a rough day. So like yesterday, I barely ate anything, right? And what I did eat didn't sit well on my stomach, right? And then whenever I went to bed, I had these intense stomach pains. And I thought I was just hungry, so I ate another protein cookie before I went to sleep. But then I woke up this morning with these intense stomach pains and dealing with diarrhea, and it was just not a good time. And my roommate wanted to spend today doing cleaning to clean up the house and do all this stuff, and like I'd specifically gone to bed early so that way I could be awake to help with cleaning, right? So like I was completely committed to trying to help with the cleaning process. But I was just no more good. I ended up like spending most of the day on the bathroom because my stomach was so upset, right? I did not trust a single fart. My stomach was so upset, there was so much diarrhea that I could not trust that a fart wasn't going to come out wet. Like, that was how bad my stomach was. So, like, anytime I felt like I had to fart, I just went to the bathroom, and everyone just presumed that I was pooping my brains out, right? But most of the time I would get there and I would just fart. And I'm like, okay, it was just a fart. Cool, awesome, outstanding, great. Wash my hands, head back downstairs. But like, I would rather walk all the way up the stairs, get to the bathroom, and then fart, than try to fart and then shart. And then like mess my pants. Like, you see what I mean? Like, you gotta look at the pros versus cons here. Like, it was just so much better to just head straight towards to the bathroom every time I thought I had to fart. And then I had to go right along to go pick up some stuff for the house with my roommate's girlfriend. And we were gonna stop to get food, and I was like, can I stop by Panda Express? Because I thought maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe I just need something on my stomach. And I'm like, I heard Panda Express has the new Beyond Chicken, so I want to try out their vegan option, right? So I went to Panda Express, and my local Panda Express has Beyond Chicken. And I got some. and it was tasty. But the thing was, I got a plate and not a bowl, so I got some chow mein, some super greens, and some Beyond Chicken, right? Um, and like I ate like part of my Beyond Chicken, like a quarter of my chow mein, and all my super greens, and I was mostly full. And I should have stopped there. I should have just closed the lid and put the rest of it in the fridge to eat for later. That is exactly what I should have done, right? But I was like, what in the world? I'm gonna eat this. I don't wanna fight for space. I'm just gonna finish this. So I finished it, even though I was feeling kind of full, right? But I'm like, no, I'm gonna finish this. And my stomach was so upset after that. My stomach was so angry at me. Like I was taking some generic Pepto-Bismol and like passing out as I'm trying to help out with the dishes. And then I just like passed out and slept most of the day. Which is funny because I went to bed early. I went to bed early last night. So I should have been awake during the day today. But it was also a low energy kind of day. But yeah, it was a tough day. Tomorrow should be interesting. I'm gonna be heading to the card shop tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna turn in a little bit early tonight. Yeah, my roommate's like, hey, you want to head to the card shop and pick up some stuff, want to hang out, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, sure, I guess. Okay, which is funny because the deck I'm working on is an elemental hero deck. So gonna definitely get my game on, that's for sure and for certain. Definitely gonna get my game on. So what about you, Nabaru? How was your day? How have you been starting your week? I've been going on about how chaotic my day has been. I'm curious what your day was like. Reading manga and patiently waiting for the official release of season 2 of a few animes. What animes are you waiting for? Bofurry. Bofurry D's nuts. Oh, got him. Yeah, I'll stop. That's cool. The walking fortress of wholesome destruction. Yes. There was this one. I think it was made into an anime. I know it was a light novel or manga series or something. But like it was. I saw it and I'm like, this looks like a hentai plot title. And it was something like how do I deal with my mom and her dual attacking swords? Have you seen that one, Nabiru? Yeah, the Mamakai Isekai. I never saw anything about it. I never actually watched it or read it. I just saw the plot premise and I was like, Ugh. Just a really cringy anime. Oh dear. So, speaking of anime, right? I finally finished Magic Knight Ray Earth season 2. Um and that was, see, like, I kind of like barreled through Magic Knight's Ray Earth, right? Um and then I started watching season 2 like about a year ago, it feels like. And over the course of this past, like, between 6 months and a year, I've just been watching one episode here and there, one or two episodes here or there, and some parts get kind of hard to watch through because it got a little bit like emotional, and it got really intense at some parts in season 2. Like, have you ever seen Magical Knight Ray Earth, Nabiru? So, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like season 1 starts off really kind of like happy-go-lucky and interesting, and like it's a magical girl anime up until they suddenly get mechs. And I was really sad about the first season because it felt like the mechs were just an afterthought. Like, you got them in the end of the season, right? Um, and yeah, you need them for the final challenge. But one thing I liked about Magical Knights Ray Earth is that, like, I always forget if it's Magical Knight or Magical Knights. I'll figure it out one day. But one interesting thing was that Hazuka's the comparison to the fighting doll character. Yes, in Angelic Lair. Yeah, that was another reason why I wanted to finish it before I watch Angelic Lair. So in the first season of Magical Knights Ray Earth, it does this interesting thing at the end of the season, which is something I don't see a lot of anime doing enough. It gives a really solid reason why it had to be people from another world. Like, so many times when you see these isekai anime, you're just like, well, if someone from that world just had the same power up or gained the same magical item, they would probably be even more suited to resolve whatever this problem is, right? But at the end of season 1, the whole thing where people from their world could not actively raise a hand against Princess Emeraudo. Is it Emeraudo? Whatever. I know it's Emeraudo Hime. I almost called her Princess Emeraudo Hime. But no one from their world could raise a hand against her, and she accepted that she needed to die in order for someone new to be born to be the new pillar. And the whole pillar system seemed like a flawed system, and season 1 ended with that kind of unresolved thing. Like they took her out, and then they were kind of just promptly escorted out of the world, right? And I'm glad that season two addressed that. Season two had them, um, really like coming back and addressing their fears and emotions that they were feeling about the entire experience. And that was really cool. Um, the primary antagonist in season two was a literal construct made of the fear of all of the people of Sephiroth. It was definitely something. I want to get like an oversuit, so I'm not just always wearing the jean jacket. Get like a pilot suit to wear over my cyber suit. That'll be based on Hikaru's costume from when she's piloting her mech with the big shoulders, the headpiece, and the flowing cape. Hello from Greece, Doxus Menos? Doxus Menos? Did I pronounce that properly? How are you doing? Yeah, definitely Nabaru. There's some interesting concepts that do some unique stuff. Silva and I on anime night started watching Granbelm, and I'm not entirely sure what I expected because like, so Granbelm was a series that got little to no advertisement, right? But what I saw of the trailers that I could find, it seemed like it was really cool and exciting and emotional and all of this other stuff, right? So Silva and I started watching it, and it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's not as good as it could be. It feels like it's tripping over itself a little bit too much. It suffers from some serious pacing issues, and it does this thing where it has these time skips, but it doesn't tell you that it's skip time, and you don't realize that it's skip time till it's like, well, it's the full moon again. And Silva put the nail on the head really well whenever he said that like that might be related to the fact that like they only had 13 episodes for the season and not 26. Doxus? Okay. How are you doing, Doxus? How was your weekend? We're doing a free chat stream today, so just kind of hanging out, chatting about stuff. So, had an interesting session of Lancer. It's this tabletop RPG that I run where it's like D&D but with giant robots. And it ran this like narrative mission, and I very much underestimated how smart the players would be. And the challenge ended up being laughably easy, and I should have made it harder because the players figured out the trick to solving it really quickly. Oh my gosh, 4 a.m. Okay, Doxus, welcome. So what do you do for work, if you don't mind sharing? I don't want you to give away any personal information, but I'm always curious what people are working on. Also, do you have any hobbies or projects or things that you're working on, like art or music, or writing, or things that you work on for you? I always love to hear about what people are working on. Here in the Star Hunters, uh, that's what I call my viewers and fans. We always work to encourage each other to achieve our goals and uh, just do our best at everything we do. So I'm always curious what people are working on. So yeah, Granbelm is this interesting anime where like it's uh work as a craftsperson. I make traditional Greek crafting like weaving, pottery, painting, and marble sculpting. I used to make really good homemade Greek wine and olive oil. Oh, that's really cool, Doxus. How long have you been doing that? Yeah. So like, um, Granbelm is this interesting anime, but it could be so much better if it was more defined. Um, and like at first, Silva and I were unsure if we were gonna go through and finish it because it wasn't the greatest. But we just decided it was 13 episodes. We're just gonna power through it. We're just gonna power through it and finish it. Um, and figure out what we're doing next. I want to get Silva to watch some more Macross. I want to see about talking Silva into watching some Macross 7, because that's the Macross series that deals with rock music. And I think that'll be really exciting. I've only ever seen parts of it, so I'd definitely be interested in seeing the whole thing. So that could be really fun. Because the order of like primary shows in Macross is Macross, Macross 7, Macross Frontier, Macross Delta. There's OVAs and there's other side stories. Imagine jumping into a show without reading the synopsis. Okay, so we didn't read the synopsis of Granbelm. I just watched a couple trailers. So we didn't know much about it until we started watching it. So it's kind of like what we did, at least from Silva's perspective, it's like what we did. I want to look up some more mech animes to watch because, well, it's my server and I use server prerogative to say we're gonna watch mech animes, mecha anime. Even though I know people have been trying to bug me to watch some shonen. I think Okusen's frothing at the mouth to try to get me to watch all the way through Hunter x Hunter. Okusen said last time was like, I will edit your videos for free if you watch all the way through Hunter x Hunter. And there's part of me that wants to be like, bet, let's do it. That's what anime night is now. We're just watching through Hunter x Hunter. Impossible, yeah. But there's another part of me that's like, I can't take advantage of Okusen like that. I can't. I like painting and crafting a lot. I make sculptures of Greek gods and oil paintings, Greek landscapes, my village, my island, historical sites and events, etc., etc. That's really cool, Doxus. Have you been doing that like your whole life? Has this been Has this been a relatively new thing you've picked up? How long have you been at the craft? Have you been crafting stuff? I'm definitely curious. That sounds really cool. And do you have any goals, Doxus? Like with your crafting and all of that? Oh, I missed your message? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me scroll back up. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Uh, I've been doing since I was a kid. My family taught me all these things because they were all doing crafting. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. So you've been doing this for most of your life. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to miss your message there. Um, yeah, that's really cool. So like, um, so you come from, so the crafting is a family thing? That's really exciting. Hey Silva, made it, just barely finished a side quest before the servers shut down for maintenance and a patch update. Huh. You want to make wine and olive oil again if you get the chance. Is there something specific that's stopping you from making the wine and the olive oil, Doxus? Is there some specific hurdle you have to overcome, or something that's making it so you can't create the wine and olive oil right now? Is it just like a supply issue, or what's going on with that? The crafting is part of Greek tradition. That's exciting. Eight more main quests before I finish the main story of Stormblood. Well, you're chugging along, Silva. You have been chunking through that story of Final Fantasy XIV. You really have been. Like, hats off to you. I know you've been working on that really hard to try to get through that story and try to do all the side quests. Oh my gosh. We're already gonna watch a kind of... Yeah, definitely. Definitely, Silva. I can imagine that. It's an MMO, so it's gotta pad that playtime. Gotta give you more, air quotes, content to experience, more cutscenes. We were talking about anime, and I was talking about how I use my server owner prerogative to say for anime night we're watching mecha anime, and how some people have been trying to get me to watch some shonen anime. Like Okusen was saying, was it last week or the week before, something like, if I watch all the way through Hunter x Hunter, that they would edit videos for free for me. And I'm like, on one hand, there's part of me that wants to be like, yo, bet. But I can't take advantage of Okusen's obsession with Hunter x Hunter like that. If I'm gonna get Okusen to edit for me, I'm gonna pay them. When I was making olive oil and wine, the property belonged to my uncle, which he gave it to me, but now it belongs to my uncle again. Oh. That sounds really like with property stuff like that, that sounds really complex and stressful there, Doxus. Do you have a plan for like what steps you can take, or is there anything you can ever do? Like, or are you just kind of waiting to see what happens next? So yeah, Nabaru was saying that I should watch more shonens. Um, but we're gonna like whenever Okusen starts rejoining us for anime night, we're probably gonna be starting Shinka Line, and that's like a shonen. It's a shonen mecha series. And I'm always open to hear about other cool mech series that we could do, as long as it's not something like I like shows when it gets into space politics, right? When it gets into space or fantasy politics. But what I don't like is when there's shows that get into too much like real politics. And like that just gets a little bit like it kind of pulls me out of the fantasy. Oh, that's really frustrating, Doxus. Like it's one thing whenever you have something to do, something you can work on, some steps you can take to work towards the goal, but it's another thing whenever you just have to wait. It's really hard. I know a little bit about waiting right now because I'm dealing with some stuff in my own life where I just have to wait on the government and on other people in order to help me with some stuff in my life. So I have some understanding about how frustrating that can be. But in the meantime, I guess you can always work on improving your crafts for your other crafts. Like that's definitely something. I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit because I feel like it's a little bit too loud. That far. Hold up. There we go. That's better. It's been a year and you didn't respond to me since. Oh, I'm so sorry, Doxus. That's so hard to hear. That's such a heartbreaking situation. Oh my gosh, that is so hard, especially when you're dealing with family. Like that just sounds so stressful to deal with. So do you have what would you say, Doxus, you enjoy most about the crafting that you do? About the stuff that you like with the making stuff, the art, your family's very busy and hardworking. That's great. That's really exciting. So, I mean, at least you're not just like sitting around just waiting. You're constantly doing other stuff. You're working on other projects and doing other things. So that's always exciting to see. You like the beauty of your work? That's cool. So do you have like a shop that you sell out of, or do you do stuff on commission? I don't know what the procedure is, or do you sell on like what's it called, Etsy? How do you market your products, your works? Gonna mute this. Okay. You sell them to the market? Okay. That's really cool. Do you have any, like, how long does it take you keep some on work and some I would give them to the locals? Oh, that's really cool, Doxus. That's really exciting. That you go through all of that for your, like, you have that procedure with your art and stuff. Is there a particular, like, a particular type of crafting you prefer doing over others? Because you said you were talking, I think you said something about like sculpting and painting and let me scroll up. Let me see. I remember you said you do a bunch of different things. Painting and crafting, make sculptures and oil paintings and Greek of Greek landscapes, of historical sites. Is there any one type of crafting that you enjoy doing most? Or one type or one subject, one thing that you enjoy doing most? All right. So, Nabiru, I remember you mentioned something about a few underrated mecha shonen. What did you have in mind, Nabiru? I'm curious to see what suggestions you have. Let me Google mecha shonen and see what it gives. Recently finished my Poseidon sculpture, which took me 3.5 years to make. Wow. Right now, I'm working on my Zeus sculpture, which I began working on 2 years ago. How big are these sculptures? Are these like how are these like person-sized sculptures? And what are you making them out of? Are you like sculpting them out of marble or clay, or like what are you sculpting them out of, Doxus? They're person-sized. That's huge. Same concept with different tags. Infinite Stratos. Infinite Stratos was interesting. I saw bits and pieces of Infinite Stratos. They're all made out of marble. Wow. What was that? Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. Bahamut Chronicle, Bahamut Chronicle, Bahamut Chronicle. That sounds familiar. I think I was looking up something about that anime. Yes. Saijiki Muhai no Bahamut, Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. Lux, a former prince of an empire named Acadia that was overthrown via a rebellion 5 years earlier, accidentally trespasses in a female dormitory. What? Ancient armored mechanical weapons that have been excavated from ruins all around the world. Lux used to be the strongest dragnet, but now he's known as the undefeated weakest. Guy and girl school, everyone uses power mech armor. That I have so much work to do. Of course, I would take breaks from time to time. That's good, Doxus. It's important. Like one of the things someone told me was that if you don't choose a time to take a break, your body will choose for you, and that may not be the time that you want. And that's definitely important to be able to take a break and to know when to rest. Two are mecha and the other two are not mecha. Yeah, the Bahamut Chronicle I saw a scene from, and I thought it was really cool. And now that I'm reading the synopsis, I'm not super sold. It's essentially a different version of Infinite Stratos. It's just a harem anime. I'm looking on my anime list through the mecha genre right now, scrolling through those. Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle and Infinite Stratos. They're both essentially just harem animes with mechs thrown in. And they're literally the exact same premise. With, okay, not exactly the same, but they're close enough. When I do get free time, which is barely because of very busy work, I would either walk around my village, visit historical sites, or walk the country enjoying the views of my island. That's really cool. You said something before about there being historical sites on your island, Doxus. That's really cool. So like, what kind of tools do you use for like, sculpting with marble? Is it like, because I know that it's a thing that happens. Like I know that it's a thing that's been done for a long time, but I don't know what tools are used for. Like, do you use like a chisel? Sorry about that. I really need to get a mute button set up so I can mute whenever I feel a sneeze coming on. Burst Angel. That sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember if I've seen Burst Angel. Multiple types of chisels and a hammer. Okay. It must keep you very physically fit. Like you must be in great shape since you talked about doing a whole bunch of walking, staying really active, and then having to do that physical work with chisels and a hammer and that kind of precision. I know I have a great shape, but I'm still single for some reason. Oh, well, I mean, there's more to life than being in a relationship, and it sounds like you have a very full and fulfilling life. So that's definitely really cool. Gonna seriously recommend something I would try and get them to watch. Twist on Magical Esque Girls or a Twin Tail Circlet Princess. Might watch Escaflowne. Escaflowne was I'm looking on my anime list and it's talking about Escaflowne. And when it says the themes, it's isekai and love, polygon, mecha, psychological. And I'm like, I mean, I guess you could call it a love polygon. A village is beautiful. It has the blue and white Greek houses with a beautiful blue sea next to it. It's possibly the most visited place in all of Greece. Oh, that's really exciting, Doxus. It's good that you like. It's good that you can feel that sense of like, pride and um, those positive, good feelings about the place you come from. I know far too often people feel uh people have some kind of negative emotions and experiences connected with the place that they come from and are often looking for a way to escape and go somewhere else and start over. And it's really refreshing to see that you have such a positive outlook towards your hometown. So that's really great. It sounds like you've grown up in a town and a place that's steeped in tradition uh and all the good stuff. The English opening that tricked so many people into thinking it was a shonen. What is this one called? You talking about, Nabiru? Ore Twin Tails Circlet Princess. Let me take a look at this. Hold on. What's that? I'm proud of my hard work because I also part of Greek culture, and I'm proud of my culture, my country's history. I'm proud to be Greeks in general. That's great. That's great, Doxus. Let's see what we got here. Aura Twin Tails. Yeah, I grew up watching Escaflowne. Nabiru. That's one of the reasons why I want to finish it. We might do it for anime night because I have the files for the Blu-ray version. The glory of all mankind, or at least what first-year high school student believes at school, most of the time daydreaming and raiding girls' twin tails, even going as far as what? His obsession does not go unnoticed, however, when monsters from outer space attack Earth and claim the world's twin tails for themselves. A strange woman named Toral enlists Soji to fight back using twin tails of his own. By transforming into the twin-tailed warrior Tail Red, Soji combats the vicious alien organization known as Ultimegil, whose main goal is to colonize Earth and steals everyone's spiritual energy or attribute power. Alongside fellow twin-tailed fighter Aika Sube and Irina Shindo, Soji must find a way to defeat the invading army and defend the twin tails he holds so dear. Okay. Some people here don't like our culture, history, even our language because it sounds ugly for some reason. That's that's like everyone. It's like everyone's entitled to their opinions. But there's one phrase I always hang on to, and that is, don't yuck someone's yum. Don't downplay or hate on someone for liking something that isn't to your taste. And it's always better to be positive than to be negative when it comes to dealing with a lot of things. Those are some phrases I always hang on to when it comes to dealing with a lot of things. I'm sorry that I'm sorry for those people that they feel so frustrated and so and that they don't like their culture or language. I hope that they can find something that does make them happy. But I'm also very happy for you that you do enjoy your culture and your people and your place so much. Yes, Escaflowne is American. I still argue that it's kind of shonen. But no, we are not watching Ori Twin Tails. Power is fueled by fanboy addictions. Greek is a beautiful language. It's one of the oldest languages in the world that we learn ancient Greek at school. Oh, that's really cool. Is there a lot of differences, Doxis, between ancient Greek and modern Greek, like in like how it's used, in like the language at all? Is there big differences? Like, would someone like if someone from the past was suddenly in modern day Greece, would they be able to communicate? Nope. This is it really is. The enemies are amazing. They purposely get people to praise the hero, love Twin Tails, so they can steal it uh easier. I just started to look up some images and I was like, nope. Nope. Yeah, that is definitely got to be a writer's barely disguised fetish. Modern Greek and ancient Greek are very different from each other to its pronunciation and words. Oh, that's really interesting, Doxis. Best mom in anime, Nabiru. Okay. Are these Silva? What did you tag me in on Facebook? These Pokemon Gundams? Pokemon. Power Ranger. Legend of Zelda. Armored Core and Zoids. Oh. Zoids is another one we could watch. That's a good one. That's a shonen. This is a whole gallery you tagged me in, Silva. Uh, she dreamed of being a magical girl. Dad wanted to be the red Sentai. So when their son becomes a red magical girl, they couldn't be happy. Oh my gosh, Nabiru. Ooh, this image of Liger Zero Panzer looks amazing. I really like ancient Greece because it was the most unique civilization in human history. We invented democracy, history, science, philosophy, math, geography, etc. That is true. A lot of very powerful things came were like a lot of the things that we take for granted today did originate in ancient Greece. What had a mecha theme? What had a mecha thing, Nabaru? So, Doxus, are there any like ancient Greek people that you like? I don't know if look up to is the right word, but like that are like that you would call like your heroes, or would you say there are any people from ancient Greece that you uh aspire to be like? Because you said you really like ancient Greece. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, the Yusei deck, the Ride Duel Runners. Oh my gosh. I mean, if I was gonna watch 5Ds, I'd watch it for the Morphtronics. Around 150 English words are derived from Greek, like geography, geographia, logic, economy. Oh, that's really cool, Doxus. There's even a Henshin guide, Dark Glass. Does anyone remember that anime Heroic Age? I remember watching it because I found a DVD of it. At I think it was at some video store. They were selling like whole animes on disc on some deal thing, and like there were mechs in it, and it's technically mecha, but the main character was a space monster. Ooh, that's another anime that I want to finish at some point. Asura Cryan. Where the people like summon mechs as part of their magical attacks. Scryed is another one that is possibly a good one. I have a lot, but one I really like from ancient Greece has got to be Socrates. Oh, that's really cool, Doxus. Oh, this is a cool meme I saw. My friend was explaining to her mom what spilling the tea meant, and her mom responded with, "You have to remember that tea stains, so be careful where you spill." And that's honestly the wisest thing I've ever heard. Uh, that's one of those like surprisingly like wise sayings. Hot tubs and baths exist to satisfy the indefatigable human need to get in the soup. We get a lot of tourists here, but the types of tourists that I don't like are the ones who are noisy, annoying, and sometimes rude. Some tourists would damage historical sites, and it makes me angry. Yeah, tourists, like, the tourism industry can be great for some places because it can lead to an astounding way uh, uh, to share information and to pass on history and culture. And um, whatchamacallit, uh, tourism can be a huge boon for local businesses, right? But like when you see tourists that just don't respect the area that they're in, don't respect the places that they are, and like I saw one video one time um that was like uh this lady climbed to the top of this I think it was like a Incan pyramid or an Aztec pyramid, and like was like taking pictures at the top of it. It was some Central American pyramid. Um and so some lady like went past the lines and climbed the steps to the top of it and was taking pictures at the top of it, and then was surprised when she came down and all the locals started throwing stuff at her. They started like yelling at her and throwing stuff at her, and she was like, "What's going on?" And it's like you just like just desecrated a historical site. Like, come on now. I mean, with how many animes use hot springs and bathhouses, it's not wrong. That's absolutely true, Nabiru. I had this one American tourist that she said to me that I need to speak English fluently so I can sound American. I have a slightly Greek accent when speaking English, which is normal. Yeah, if you're Greek, you're gonna have a Greek accent. That's not. There's nothing unusual about that. Okay. All right, so since we're talking a lot about anime, I'm gonna open a notepad right here. And I'm gonna start jotting down suggestions about what cool mecha anime can we watch on anime night. I had a lot of moments of Americans asking me stupid questions about Greece. Can I share them? You know what? Just for the laughs, Doxus, feel free. Ah. Okay. So I'm looking on my anime list at like some of the top mecha anime. Let's see, is there a way to sort this? Oh, they forget stuff that hasn't aired yet. I tried sorting based on uh release date to look at more recent anime. Ah. Oh, there's gonna be a new Double O anime. Might be just as disappointing as the rest of Double O. I would suggest Anime Planet if you want to search tags that narrow things down more. Okay. I had a question if Greece was in Italy or if Rome was in Greece, but then there was one question if Greece has internet and cars. So there's a lot of people in America that don't understand that there are other countries that like the rest of the world has developed countries. Um, there's a lot of people who are just shocked to find out that other countries have internet, cars, skyscrapers. You know, Anime Planet attracts my rewatchings. Okay. One American came to me and said that democracy in science was invented. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a pretty appropriate reaction, Doxus. Greek ancestors were crying. Yeah, it sounds about right. All right. What's this you said? Anime Planet. Let's check out Anime Planet. Sometimes you can only snicker yourself and joke with them sadly. Yeah. Okay. How do I sort this? Guess I just search mecha. What's Mecha Musume? Is that something I've seen before? What did I just... I just went to search mecha and it gave me Mecha Musume, and I'm like, this does not appear to be mechs at all. What? This is like cat girls with super guns and brooms. That was not what I wanted. We call rule people here Malaka, which is a swear word that can have different meanings and can be used in different ways. We also use it to greet our friends. It's funny how that works. Like, sometimes you're more rude and uncouth to your friends that you're really close to because they know you and they know what you really mean. Did it not show? I searched mecha and it just gave me Mecha Musume, which is an anime that has nothing to do with, well, very little to do with mecha. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Creating studio type. Oh, you tried to link me the page? I'm not sure if it lets you put links in the chat, Nabiru. I think I figured it out. Okay. I'll just search. I found the filters. I'm just gonna search mecha filters. I need to finish Code Geass. That's definitely something that I need to do. Yeah, I figured out all the different ways to sort. It took me a second to figure it out. But I figured it out. I did it. I did it. Broken Blade is like a fever dream of a show. Like, I remember reading the manga when it was coming out. And I never finished because I got caught up. And I just couldn't... It was just so complex politically. I hate the stereotype of Greek people that we are lazy. We're not lazy at all. In fact, we're the most hardworking in Europe. I've never heard that stereotype, but it might just be because I'm in America. Let's see if there's any mecha. Uh, I have a mostly love but also hate relationship with Americans. I like Americans because they like us, but not quite. I appreciate the thought. I know that there's a lot of complex stuff when it comes to interacting with Americans, especially with how some Americans can be very entitled and feel like the entire world revolves around us. Um, Greeks are known for being hospitable, friendly, and welcoming people. That's good. Like, I'll be honest, I don't know much about modern day Greece. Like, only thing I've ever really learned about Greece has been about like ancient Greek philosophers and politicians and stuff. But that's probably just from my limited education. Let's see, what about some Americans are that way too, but sadly there are things that can spoil the impression. Yes, definitely Nabaru. Most definitely. Your parents have a lot of influence over their child and are deeply devoted to them. I don't know if this American parents, the American family has some relatively, I don't want to say unique, but troubling dynamics um, of parents. I think so. One of the things in America is there is this heavy like focus on individualism, right? And um wanting to be your own individual that leaves your own impression on the world. And to a certain extremes what this can lead to a lot of times is parents living vicariously through their children, which is where if a parent hasn't been able to achieve something, they want to see their child achieve it for them. And a lot of times this gets disguised as I want what's best for my child. But at the end of the day, what it is that you weren't able to accomplish something, so you want your child to be able to accomplish it, because that would make you feel better about the entire situation. And it's a very problematic trend. And yeah, that would be very helpful if parents were very open and honest and asked lots of questions. Um, there's like I said, there's a lot of pressure to be exceptional. Like, so for me growing up, um, I had yeah, yes, it's not one specific category. Um, my mother was obsessed with me having good grades. Even when I was having trouble with so many other things, and I was having trouble just keeping up, and I was dealing with my ADHD and all of that other stuff. And I think I might have some light autism, but haven't been diagnosed for that. Um, Struggling with all of that and trying to keep up in a family where my mother was so obsessed with it was grades or nothing, and it was hard. Like, I've come to terms with that now, and understanding that at the core of all of that, my mother wanted me to have a good life. She was concerned that if I didn't do well in school, if I didn't have good grades, those are good questions to ask, Doxus. Those are good questions to ask. Oh, Macross 7. Another one to watch. I've seen a lot of advertising for this, and I've never actually watched it. I think I have a DVD for it somewhere at home, or somewhere in my storage. But, for me, it was time consuming, but I respect them for doing that. Yeah. Yes, the Pizza Hut anime. I need to finish Code Geass. I might want to watch Gunbuster. That looks pretty fun. Oh, I didn't realize IGPX got a new season. Sure, Doxus, feel free to share some Greek traditions. I would love to hear about them. Tonight's a free chat, so we can just talk about anything. I know we're talking about anime, but I'm honestly really intrigued to learn more about your Greek traditions and your Greek history and stuff, Doxus. Oh, really? Oh. Why would a character had to rip their shirt to be able to move? That's just silly. Did they do the thing that anime does where it gets covered up or like censored by some randomly placed clouds or something? Or some weird lens flare? Interesting, Nabiru. We celebrate a day called the Name Day celebration. Most Greeks are named after religious saints, and it's a very important tradition. That's really interesting, Doxus. No real censoring. That's why I said slightly yabai. It wasn't long, but it was there. Did they at least do like the Ken anatomy? They would get visited by friends and family, and they would get gifts and wishes. That's really cool. It's just a character literally ripping their shirt to real partial chest. There's context, but I can't say. Gunbuster is an old anime, so you know it was a lot of hand drawn. Oh my gosh, Nabiru. Hey, superhero, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Today's just a chit chat stream, a free chat stream. One tradition my village believes in called the Evil Eye or Mati in Greek. Ooh, what's that about? What's that about, Doxus? I'm working on a list of cool mecha anime that we could watch for anime night on my Discord. Oh, okay. Well, I want to get through Gunbuster before I talk about any sequels. Let me see. What's this strange strategic armored infantry? In the future, mankind is divided between two powers, Union and Deeg. For the young... No, definitely don't want to mess with that. I was looking at this strange strategic armored infantry, but that looks like it's got too much drama. If one person says something negative, they would get the evil eye or Mati Asma, and the person would feel bad physically. Oh. sounds a little spooky there. Why did Reconquista and G get 5 movies? That's funny, Nabiru. Uh-huh. Yeah, you can definitely feel it sometimes when parents stare at you. Go do Mazinger Z. Mazinger Z is good for historical purposes, if nothing else. But the thing is, there's a lot of episodes. How many episodes is there in Mazinger Z? 92 episodes. That might not be what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's tons of good mecha anime. In the case, an expert known as Zema Tiasma would tell a special prey to release the bad effects of the evil eye. Oh, was there another unicorn movie? What is this? So apparently there's a Magic Knight Ray Earth OVA, and I was like, oh, is it cool to see the girls in action for one final thing? And it is an AU if I've ever heard an AU. Like, it is. It is. Some people are saying they think it's better, but it is a completely different story. Another Greek tradition is that when two people say the same thing at the same time, they would immediately say "Iase kokino," which means touch red. That sounds similar to something we do here in America called jinx, where if two people say the same thing, I don't know if kids do it anymore. I remember they used to do it when I was growing up. If two people said the same thing, they'd be like jinx, and then it would be who could say it first. Who could say jinx first was the person who won. And then, so it would be Jinx, Jinx again, you owe me a Coke. After that, they'd search for something red around them. That's interesting. Yes, nostalgia, Nabiru. Oh. Greeks believe that saying the same thing is an omen and that two people would either get into a fight or argument unless they touch something red. That is interesting. Silva going to lurking? Okay. Thank you for the lurk, Silva. I appreciate you being here. A violent thing we did here too. What are you talking about, Nabiru? Oh, Guy King. That's another one I want to watch. That one's another one I want to watch. That's definitely in the shonen super robot kind of thing. When we meet a friend or family member, we would kiss each other on both cheeks. I think I've seen that. Um, I think I've seen that depicted in movies and stuff. I do this sometimes when I meet my friends or family member. Oh, that's cool, Doxus. What else have we got here? By the way, my name is Doxus Menos, which means glorified in Greek, and I like it. That's really cool, Doxus. It's really cool that your name has such a powerful meaning. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with name meanings. Dan Kuga's another one that would be good to watch. A lot of these are just like seeing what I recognize from Super Robot Wars. A henchman with Zoid-like bots. Ever seen Dino Breaker Dice? I'll put that down on my notes. Let me look it up. It's saying D-I-C-E. My first name, which is Phoenix, which means Phoenix. My entire name means Phoenix, glorified in English. That's really cool, Doxus. See this thing. DNA Integrated Cybernetics Enterprises, Anime Television Series, Bandai. The Henshin and the... Yeah, that does sound powerful, Doxus. Apparently it was originally released... Apparently it was originally made for English, but then got a Japanese dub. And the Japanese dub is called Dino Breaker. But the English original is called DICE. Like as an acronym. That's funny. You know what we could do? Could watch it. Could watch the Japanese dub with English subtitles. Just do all of the things wrong. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see this plot. In Sarbillion Galaxy, there's an organization called DICE, DNA Integrated Cybernetic Enterprises, to help those in need. Among them, F-99 is the only unit composed entirely of children, often being trivialized by their young ages. DICE members use Braddock to summon the guild suit, guild jacket to help them gain some respect among suspicious locals. When a problem arises, DICE is called to the rescue with Dino Breaker. With the Dino Breaker, which can transform from vehicle mode to Dino mode, the DICE team can always get the job done. DICE is sometimes compared with Thunderbirds, not only because of the rescue theme, but because of the GTR catchphrase, which means good to roll. Some refer it has got the request. Oh, so it's not really a... Okay. We gotta look at some of the pictures. So they wear like armor and ride some like bikes of some kind. Oh, you do writing project on your channel. I used to write projects as well. Some of them are in either modern Greek or ancient Greek, and A few of them are in English. Yeah, I have a couple projects I've been working on. I finished the first draft of a novel based on my VTuber lore. I'm not sure how familiar you are with VTuber, but I came up with like a backstory for the character that I portray whenever I'm streaming. And I decided to turn that into a novel. I finished my first draft before the end of before Christmas of last year, and I have been letting it sit. Pretty soon, I'm going to pick that back up and start editing. So I don't know how much I'm going to stream the editing process. I still have to figure that out. I've got to get back in the groove of writing again because I took some time off of writing. I'm not sure if this dice thing uh looks like something I want to watch though, because it's like it's not really a mecha show. It's more like people are comparing it to Thunderbirds, where it's about like solving problems. It sounds kind of like Paw Patrol. Like it just sounds a lot like Paw Patrol, except with mechs. Based on ancient times in our mythology. That's really cool, Doxus. So do you post your writings anywhere? Uh do you share your writing with other people anywhere, or have you published any of your writings, Doxus? Yeah, I remember you said you just remember the Henshin suit and the Dinobot. That might be all there is to it to remember. They were all written by hand, and they're all. Oh no! I'm so sorry, Doxus. That's heartbreaking. Not just books, but other works as well, like painting, sculptures, and plot and pots. Oh, I'm sorry your stuff got lost. Did something happen that caused them all to get lost? Uh, Someone broke into my house and stole them, and I wasn't even home when that happened. That's rough. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is heartbreaking. I was crying because of my lost work that I spent so much time on. That's hard. Like, I've lost stuff before, but I don't think I've ever lost anything like that. Something that you sunk so much time and effort into. What's this one? I miss all of them, especially my area sculpture that I made. So this sculpture, because you said you do your sculptures like person-sized, with like made out of like you said like marble and stuff, right? So someone took a person-sized marble sculpture. That's intense. SD Gundam is bizarre. You are absolutely correct. Let's see if I can just find some other tags. Let me search for things that I can say what tags I don't want it to have. Oh, that's great. Yeah, there are a lot of tags. The locals said that there were multiple people or one person. Oh, that's rough. Some animes are missing a few tags, though, or tagged wrong, usually by accident. Okay. I've seen stuff about this guilty crown. What's this about? In the near future, the outbreak of a terrible disease called the apocalypse virus places Japan under the military rule of a global organization called the GHQ, a group tasked with checking the spread of the virus and administering vaccinations. A pathetic high school student, Shu Oma, lives in Tokyo, spending his days editing videos and trying to be left alone. But things change when he meets a beautiful pop owl, Inori, who is on the run from GHQ soldiers while trying to save her from her captors. He acquires a mysterious power called the Void Gene that allows him to pull items or weapons from anyone under the age. What? Now Shu must decide whether to join the effort of the well-funded radical terrorist funeral parlor, fight against GHQ, or shrug off his newfound power and resume his normal life, assuming that either. That just sounds really icky. They also destroyed a few of my works, only small pots and small sculptures. That's just petty. I would say one thing about Guilty Crown, good first half. Oh, it's one of those that poop the bed for the second half? Okay. Won't even worry about it. There are some good costumes, though. Oh, dear. So, why does this Gunbuster have the ecchi and nudity tag if there's only one scene? Hopefully they deserve something bad of what they did to my work. Yeah, that's one way to feel about it. That I can definitely understand that feeling, Doxus. I didn't know Valvrave the Liberator got a second season. Because it still had that scene, so they don't want people to get caught off guard, I guess. Yeah. That just seems pretty harsh to slap that tag on it for a single scene. I don't remember much else, probably bad scene or something else, but I'm also so desensitized to the usual by now. Alright, well, we're going to take, just to be safe, I might watch Gunbuster on my own, but I'm going to take it off of the list for this for now. Let me... No ecchi. Okay, there we go. Code Geass had Callan in a bunny suit and in questionable outfits. CC was partially nude and like, but you don't think about those two. Yeah, you're right. I've been thinking, should I make marble sculptures based on anime characters and VTubers as decoration? That could be something. That might take you in a different direction if what you've been doing so far has just been mythology or historical stuff. That could definitely be an interesting direction to go down, Doxus. Speaking of which, Doxus, I'm actually curious how you found my stream. By chance? Oh, that's interesting. I see that happening more and more often recently. Gundam Seed, Mir is in a skin tight leotard and weird skirt. That's all. Yeah. Could do Star Driver. Star Driver's got a little bit of the ecchi. See, I could have swore I've seen Fafnir somewhere, the anime Fafnir, but like I recognize the name, but I don't remember anything about it. Um, let me look up, see if there's some art of it. You're also true because that happens a lot, Nabiru. This is like another one of those school ones. Could watch it. I don't know. I mean, I think we have enough stuff to really start with here. I'm gonna take Mazinger Z off the list just because it has 96 episodes. That's too long for anime night. Gotta figure out what Zoid season. Anime series based on Greek mythology. I feel like that's a thing somewhere. So let's see. Here's a list. 8 anime that incorporate Greek mythology. Bride of Deimos is a horror anime that features goddess of love and god of terror. Kamigami no Asobi introduces many mythological gods, but this looks like it's more of a high school anime, so I don't know what version that's like. Some kind of isekai. Oh gosh. Some kind of like school days isekai thing. Arion showcases the war between gods and humanity. Uh-huh. Oh. And there's Saint Seiya. And then this is the last one. The characters in Blood of Zeus are direct references to Greek mythology. Blood of Zeus is a Netflix original anime that directly references Greek mythology with each of the characters. The show's heroes are powerful, and the show features so many references that it'd be easy to miss some of them. A record of Ragnarok? Okay. That sounds interesting. I mean, isn't Ragnarok more... Oh, Doxis. Oh, thank you so much, Doxis. I appreciate it. I hope to see you around in the future. It was so nice having you, and it was great to hear about all of your work and your art and the different things you were sharing about Greek culture and history. It was really great to have you in the chat, Doxus. Dan Machi has a lot of mythologies too for multiple seasons. Oh, that's interesting. I'll say Broken Blade because I want to give that another chance. Have you ever seen anything about Broken Blade, Nabiru? Hmm. Just while browsing the site, yeah. So Broken Blade is this interesting show. It takes place on this planet where um almost everyone has some level of magical power, right? And the way that they utilize magical power on that world is by moving magical constructs. Like everything from like magical bikes to tractors and farm equipment to cars, uh, to elevators, everything uses the magical power of the operators, right? Um, in order to move it, they like focus the power through like gemstones and all that stuff, right? To of course their magical golems that they pilot in order to fight, right? The main character is this dude who was born without any magical ability in his body. He has no magical capabilities whatsoever. And his kingdom, while unearthing some ancient relics, unearths a new golem that is unlike anything they've ever found before, and no one can activate it. And you find out that because he has no magical power, he can activate it. And then you find out that like the golem is actually like technology, and that there's this whole backstory of like in the past, in the ancient past, there was some war between those who had magic and those who didn't have magic, and this golem was the ultimate weapon of those who didn't have um uh is the ultimate weapon of those who didn't have magic because it runs on technology. And like all of the controls and stuff are in English, but they can't read it because it's an ancient unknown language to them. I think it was in English or Japanese. Um and So it deals with the political machinations as there's this war going on, and then he's trying to like find his place as he's piloting this mech that no one else can pilot, and like it can't use normal weapons, but it's got powerful legs. It can jump way higher than anything else. And they're like, "Oh no, he can jump over fortress walls. No fortress is safe from him." But he can't fire a gun. He can't shoot any of the pellets. So they just they just give him bladed weapons to swing around. They mount a spike on the front of his machine so he just runs through people. It's definitely interesting. it gets really deep and emotional, and like there's a lot of politics. At least there was in the manga. I didn't really watch the anime, so um, it must have been good if it got an anime. Like the manga must have been really popular. Jump straight up and then I think he tries that on some people. But then they use this amazing superpower called stepping 2 feet to the left. Because he can't use thrusters. Manga and even if it's not loved or good, I guess. Aw. I'm going to stay mad about the Macross Frontier movies. Every time I see them in this list, I'm going to stay mad about them. Most non-anime anime, it's like you're watching a train wreck. You can't look. Okay, thing is, Redo of Healer is literally just a miscategorized hentai. It is literally just a revenge hentai that someone accidentally put in the anime section. I took one look at like the primary plot, the plot synopsis, and I was like, nope, 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 nope. I tried watching some scenes of it, and I was like, nope, 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 nope. Yes. And then interspecies reviewer. It got a total of like one episode before it got pulled off the air. Could do Idolmaster Xenoglossia. I think I've seen like the first episode of that, and it is definitely different. It is very different. It's based on a video game. That's hilarious. Hey Jay, what's going on? Just chatting night. I was having a real bad stomach ache earlier and I wasn't feeling up for doing any kind of gaming or anything intense, so I decided to just do a free chat stream tonight. We're talking about anime, cool mecha anime that I could watch for anime night on my Discord, and a few cursed animes. Yeah, a few cursed animes here and there. Oh, Die Guard. Absolutely have to watch Die Guard. I've heard I've tried watching Die Guard, but I always get distracted and don't get through it. It's described as The Office meets a mech anime. Hey, it's all right. We're just chatting about stuff. How was your day, Jay? How'd your day go? Oh, you started school today. Oh, that's really exciting. What are you studying, Jay? Love fantasy more, but yes, discussing anime is fun. Cybersecurity. Oh, that's really exciting, Jay. That's a huge field. Oh, you need that to be a devil's a part timer too. Okay. If you live the character in their alt world, would you classify Excel World as mecha or just robot? Oh, let me take a look. Let me look at Excel World. It looks like he's like more of a cyborg than a power suit. Is this like some kind of like virtual reality anime? Is this that one I heard about that was made by the same person who made Sword Art Online? Alt World forms. I'm looking at some of them. That looks cool. Is the Black Lotus like the equivalent of the Black Swordsman for Excel World? It's by the same person. Use a unique sort of virtual reality where time literally stops while you're in the Excel world. That's not creepy at all. That's not creepy at all. No console. It's literally connected to your brain and downloaded as a patch. That's not creepy at all. Because in that world, people can access the net through their brain. Okay. Hope you got some good antivirus. Seeing all this reminds me I need to watch the Macross Delta movies. Your Excel world form is based on your personality, or rather, a great past trauma you locked away. What? I'm sorry. Come again? Your video game form is connected to a past trauma. Don't mind me. Just gonna... you know, relive past trauma every time I log into the video game. Okay. Never explained in detail. Also, you can cheat if you stop time. It gives you time to think and know how to react. You always can win in a fight. An example, I believe they made what? Um, a fight outside of that world. That's interesting. All right. Also, people can be hacked. That's weird. I just answered sarcastically on a Facebook post. Someone wanted to get back into Gundam Wing, so I asked where to begin. I responded, Episode 1, the shootings. Why are you like this, Silva? Why are you like this? I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, okay, so you're not wrong, and like, I'm not sure that Gundam Wing is where I'd have someone start if they wanted to get back into Gundam. Um, I love Gundam Wing. I think I think there's a lot to be said for Gundam Wing. Um, but yeah, they did. But read the synopsis of Bento. It will show you just how weird animes can get. Let's see this. Bento. Is this like that can one? Wait, is this a light novel or an anime? Or is it both? What? When a broke high school student joins the half-priced food lovers club, he proves to be a rising talent in the world of insane food fights. What? Convenience store Street Fighter. Oh god. Here we go. Plot summary. Yu Sato is a new high school student living in the dorms while seeking cheap eats at the local market. He finds himself beat up and semi-conscious with fleeting glimpses of a girl during the moments of his collapse. As his memories recover the next day, he discovers that trying to purchase half-price lunch boxes can be hazardous to his health, as free-for-all fights with local students for discounted food is the nightly routine. The girl from the night before, Sen Yorizui, is an upperclassmate known as the Frozen Witch and is one of the local wolves who dominates the area. He educates him on the rules of the game, where wolves eat well while dogs settle for cup ramen. With fellow first-year student Hana Oshiro, a fetishistic germaphobe, Yusato sets out to discover if he too has what it takes to be a wolf and taste the sweet victory of half-priced box banquets, or wallow in the bitter defeat of reconstituted noodles and salty broth in a styrofoam bowl. So people are bento. So they're literally just fighting for the right to buy half-priced food from the convenience store. and the strong get the good stuff while the weak get stuck with what's left behind, which is the ramen. No, the food isn't fighting. People are literally just street fighting. And the winner gets the good half-priced food from the convenience store. Why? Mob lynch you if you try to take one before the bell rings properly. Oh, okay. That's not creepy. The worst female character to exist. I don't know. That's a whoo. I don't know. That's a hard. That's a whoo. I don't know about that, Nabaru. That's a hard statement to make. Worst female character in anime? Whoo. There's a lot of really great contenders for that one. Bento has Ume. She's a tsundere lesbian who is in love with another side character female. Will torment and destroy main guy's stuff if he so much as looks at or says something to the girl. All right, we've got a nice little list here of possible animes to watch. You know how yanderes torment everyone but her interest? Imagine if you were the one of those people that weren't. That's basically the bento main. Okay. That's creepy. We've never before seen a Soon yandere in love with a side character and truly hate the main. Ume is the side herself, not the main female. Okay. What? I don't know. I'm still not ready to acknowledge her as um the worst female character in anime. I'm not ready to acknowledge that. Some character from this anime of Bento that Nabaru was telling me about, where like oh, this is are you talking about a different anime, Nabaru? See the money of soul and possibility? Yeah, I definitely say Flay is a really strong contender for worst girl because of what she did. Oh, okay. Where your future turns into literal cash you spend on bets. Is that anime where like you can get paid for shortening your lifespan or something? Is that the one? Or am I thinking of a different one? I think I'm thinking of a different one. Ah, familiar powered by money. That sounds like. Is it like constantly draining you of life? If you go bankrupt, your future is gone. You have no job. No one knows you. You are alive but cease to be known. That sounds creepy. But you can make endless amounts of money through fighting and bets, which can only improve your life. Yeah, making large amounts of money does tend to do that. Main guy's familiar. What he uses in fights is a flat, lowly, redhead demon girl. Oh, all right. Well, okay. That's a sentence. That is a sentence. Ooh, what's this? Power dolls. Kind of Ova. Oh, this is a good one that I want to do. Psybuster. I think we got a good list. We got a good list of anime that we can get through this year. Could do some New Getter Robo. That's New Getter Robo is only 13 episodes. That's not bad. Problem is the original Getter Robo is like 90 something episodes. That's all I was like, maybe not. All right. So, that was fun. We went through a lot of stuff. We came up with a lot of ideas. This is a nice little list. What do you think? What do you think of this list, Nabiru Silva? Oh, I could do Metal Arbor Dragnar. That's another good one. That's a relatively new. No, no, it is not. That is not relatively new at all. Thought it was new because it was in Super Robot Wars, but that is old. Oh, what is that culture in anime, Nabiru? Shimonetta, a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. Really? What, why specifically should I watch that anime? See, one thing that bugs me about, uh, like, why can't I sort it by the rating? It has the rating. It has the average rating, and I want to be able to sort it by the rating. At least I can filter it to remove things that aren't of a certain rating. Why did Darling in the Franxx get a 3.9 out of 5? Whoever rated it didn't watch the last like 4 episodes. It shows what happens if there was a world that was truly pure, devoid of yabai stuff. What happens if someone sees something even slightly yabai, like a swimsuit model or saying a curse word? That's weird, Nabiru. Hey Okusen, we were putting together a list of anime that we could watch for anime night. How are you doing, Okusen? Good to see you. Also, and her cookies. I'm doing better. Today was rough for me. Like I I barely ate anything yesterday, and what I did eat did not agree with my stomach. Um and I had an upset stomach last night, and then I woke up this morning with a real bad upset stomach. And then I ended up overeating because I thought maybe I was hungry. And I was just really uncomfortable. I took some medicine for it and I slept most of the day. And I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel tonight. Like I didn't want to delve into like gaming or writing or editing or video game design if I was still dealing with an upset stomach. But I took a little bit of medicine before I came downstairs to start working and getting ready for stream. And by the time stream started, I was feeling just completely 100% better. Humanita Anna was the most pure snow person, so imagine what would happen to such a pure being if they learn anything even minorly slightly yabai. They'd either, well, depending on the world they live in, they'd probably ignore it. What happened with Anna's cookies? Do I want to know? Do I want to know, Okusen? Shimonetta is not on the list. Can you not see the list? Is the text too small? Whoop. Is the text too small on the list? Oh, that was... There we go. That better? Oh, okay. Well, I made the text bigger. I mean, if I don't want to know, then don't go into it. Did I put Star Driver? Yeah, I think I'm good. Knights of Sidonia. This looks interesting. Never seen it before, but I'll put it on the list. I think the creator of that anime designed it to make people laugh, but also be uncomfortable. Big O. Paprika, is that an anime name, Okusen? Let's Google it to Google. No offense, but this looks like it's got some kind of creepy visuals here. Okay. This seems like an anime version of psychologist goes to people's subconscious and fights a dream terrorist by navigating the wacky world of mental illness. This seems I'm not trying to be degrading at all. Um, but the closest comparison that I can come to it is like kind of like Inception in the whole dream state thing. Um, but more of an adventure story and not a heist movie. Oh, it actually inspired Inception. Okay. Hmm. That's interesting, Okusan. I want to put Pat Labor, whatever, on this list. But like, it's a it's a cop show. I mean, I have military shows on this list as well, but that's usually showing the horrors of the military. I mean, it sounds really cool, Okusen, but I'm not entirely sure that it's what I'm looking for. It might be something I watch on my own, but I don't think it would be something that I would watch on anime night. Does that make sense, Okusen? Hmm. Okay. The entire Pokemon series. Pokemon's not, well, I mean, okay, technically, with the tech of the Pokeballs and some of the Steel type and Rock type Pokemon, I guess you could kind of consider the Pokemon franchise to be mecha because, like, the technology of the computers and the Pokeballs. Paranoid Agent, Paranoid Agent is Psychopass. Mm. It has legit zombies and unaliving Pokemon. Yeah. Blood plus? That sounds interesting. Hmm. Some of this is just looking for the series that I've seen in Super Robot Wars. But I always forget that the Super Robot Wars I have the most experience with, besides original generations, is Super Robot Wars J. Because I got a translation of it forever ago, and that's an old Game Boy Advance game. All right. Oh no! That's terrifying, Okusen. Alright, well. That is absolutely terrifying. Well, let's call it a night here. We've had a pretty good 3 hours. Got a decent list of anime down. A lot of suggestions, had some good times, learned a lot of stuff about Greek traditions and craftsmanship from Doxus. I think this has been a great night. So, I want to say to Okusen, Silva, Nabaru, Doxus, Jay, anyone who was lurking tonight, and anyone who watches the VOD, I want to say to all of you that I love all of you, and I believe in each and every one of you. I think that you all are unique, special, precious, and important in your own ways. I believe that each of you has a special, unique, one-of-a-kind energy that only you can bring to everything you do. And I believe in your infinite potential. I think that you all make this world a better place just by being in it, and I'm grateful every day to live in a world with you in it. Thank you for giving me your time, your energy, your attention. I appreciate all of it. Thank you for coming to the stream, and it means a great deal to me. I consider all of you my fellow star hunters as we go forward, encourage each other to chase our dreams, to hunt down our goals, and to live out these wonderful adventures. Always remember the Star Hunter motto: shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always, always, always stop to enjoy the memes. Please be sure to like the stream. It helps with the algorithm with sharing it with other people. And if you're watching the VOD and you have any suggestions, thoughts, ideas, improvements that you could see me do, please feel free to leave those in the comments down below. If you have any friends you ever think might enjoy my content, feel free to share this with them, to show it to them, or to invite them to the streams. I'll be glad to have new people to come and join the community. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing here on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe and ding the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I release any new content or whenever I go live. Hopefully there should be some new content coming here soon. I know I keep saying that. But I'm working on getting some stuff edited and trying to work out some kind of a plan to have more consistent edited content. But that is coming down the pipeline, hopefully. Anyway, Have yourselves a great night. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter or join the Discord. Links to both are in the description below. I'm pretty active on Twitter and I do stuff on Discord every week. We have anime nights twice a week. It's a really cool, fun time. Always remember, you never have to give to be a part. You never have to give money to be a part of this community. You don't have to. Uh, you don't have to donate any money to be a welcome member of this community or to enjoy the content. But if you ever feel motivated or inspired and are able to and in a comfortable position to give, there are links where you can do that in the description down below. Have yourselves a wonderful night. As of right now, next stream is going to be Friday at the same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Probably going to be playing more Armored Core 3 as we're chugging our way through that story. Come along with me as we experience this exciting and unique mech adventure together. Good night, everybody.